Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Ground. This is our last day of the live Daily Ground. I'm going to let you get myself situated here, let you get connected. I am Jen Blumenthal, founder of Intuition School, where I teach women how to use their intuition and their creativity and their oracle cards to develop their spiritual gifts, which means they get to make magic in the world so that they can heal themselves and help others. That's what they want to do, and so that is what we do. And I'm excited because we just started my Oracle class today. Hey, Marianne. It is our group, and our Oracle 1 class is, hey Jennifer, what is with the bad volume? Crazy. So Marianne, tell me more, and you'll probably answer me. I'll get your messages faster in Messenger. Hey Carol, can you guys hear me at all? Gotta love the videos. Well, Jennifer can hear me at least. I see her saying hello. Very far away again. Well, the only thing I can do is restart my computer. So if you can hear me, even if it sounds far away, just to make sure I talk louder, I'm going to continue. Okay, so as long as it's clear, I'm okay with that. So this is the Daily Ground, where we have been coming together for 10 or 15 minutes every day for the last 2 weeks to do some grounding. And doing grounding sounds like I'm on the beach. Okay. Doing daily grounding is a way to stay in your own power and not collapse under, the fear and the anxiety and the panic that's going on in the world right now. We need that. We need to be able to stay within ourselves, in alignment with ourselves, in order to help the world situation. It does not help the world to be in the fear and the panic and the anxiety. And people are talking about that all over, me included. Hey, Quinn. So when your roots are firmly planted, so when you get grounded, your roots become firmly planted. And you're able to sway in the wind. You're able to adjust to what's going on. You're able to pivot. You're able to keep your wits about you, keep your senses about you, and be able to move forward even when things are not ideal. And so that's why we're getting together to do grounding and centering, because otherwise you end up in reactionary mode, and that's not helpful, because you're just reacting to what's going on in the moment, and you're not in any sort of control in that case. Okay? So please share this video, bad sound and all, to anybody who might help benefit from these practices and get back in their own power. And, before we start our grounding today, I just kind of want to review so that you can write down these things if you want to and have some tools in your toolbox for when you need to ground, okay? So one of the things that we did, what we do every time as we start is cut our cords, and we're going to do that after I do the review. But one thing that we did is gratitude breathing, hands on your heart, taking deep breaths, and repeating gratitude. What are you grateful for? That's one way of grounding and coming back into your body, relaxing your system, your nervous system, and coming back down. Another thing we have done is sending a golden thread from your core, so wherever that is for you, down into the earth. And so we did it one way where we plugged into the earth and we synchronized our heartbeat with the heartbeat of the earth. And then we did it another time where we had Gaia down in the core of the earth holding the cord. So like you're a balloon that you can sway in the breeze, but she's holding you and you're grounded and rooted. Something else that we have done is circulating love. So as you inhale love. As you exhale, you circulate love through your body. So you start with circulating it through yourself. And then you inhale love, and then you exhale love out into the world around you. So you circulate it within yourself, and then you start circulating it out into the world. And you can use, when you're sending it out, you can use a figure 8 motion. Let's see if you can see any better. You can use a figure 8 motion. So out and in, out and in. Okay? We've also done a body scan a couple of times because it is a skill to be able to know what's going on in your body, where you're holding tension, where energy is not moving, where you're having pain. So learning how to do a body scan and to know what's going on within yourself and then be able to invite yourself to adjust if that's what you need to do is powerful, and it calls you back into your body. We have called our parts home. So as we go through daily life, it's just part of life, we get scattered, we leave our energy out in places, we get spread out, and so calling your parts back home is a way to call those parts back into yourself and bring all those pieces together like puzzle pieces coming back in, bringing you back to your full power and your full resources. Another one that we did was sending roots from your feet down into the earth. And this is, you send your roots down, you are rooted, you see them growing and being nice and healthy, and roots soak up nutrients. So you can call up the earth's energy, which is nice and dense and full of nutrients, and circulate it through your body. You can also then send your roots up to the divine, so your cosmic roots, call in the energy from the divine and circulate that through your body. You can also circulate the energy through your aura. Okay, so you need refreshers inside and outside. Another one we did, if you were here for this, was rub your stomach, pat your head. And we did that as a grounding mechanism because it calls you back into your body and it makes you be present and focus. We did a practice of calling light down into the crown. We did a practice with the meridians and the two hemispheres of the brain. So it was this, where we took deep breaths this way, holding onto the earlobes, and then crossing arms and feet, taking deep breaths each way, and that works with the meridians and the hemispheres of the brain. We made an energy ball in our hands. And so that is a way to, you're creating energy, you're working with energy, you make this ball, so we played with the ball, we made it different sizes, all different things, held the ball, infused it with love, so you shoot a beam of love into the ball, and then soak that back in. So you're recycling, you're upcycling, recycling your own energy, refreshing yourself, getting back into your body. We have filled our aura with light. So your aura, you have several layers of aura around you, and we have filled those with light and refreshed. We've also smoothed down our aura, like smoothing down ruffled feathers. Okay? So those are all of the things that we have done. So which one would you like to do today? Let's see what this list is. One thing that we have not done is to smudge, and I want to talk about that for a moment because that requires you to have supplies. But you can use sage, you can use any herbs really, you can use incense. Incense sometimes smells better than sage and it smokes a little bit less, but you can use the smoke around your body in order to clear yourself, and it will absorb the negative energy and remove that from your being. You can also use essential oils, so making an essential oil spray and spritzing that around you to clear your aura and clear your energy fields, okay? So whatever it is that you need to do to come back into your body, come back into your power, if you're worried and you're ruminating, you're up in your head, you are disconnected from your intuition, your wisdom, your body, and so the idea is to move the energy down into your body, to send the energy down so that you're grounded and rooted and you are back in your own power. Because when you are nervous, anxious, frustrated, when you have any sort of low vibrational emotion, you are not in your own power and you're at the mercy of what's going on around you. And that's not a place we want to be. Okay? So let's keep it simple today. So we're going to cut our cords one last time, and like I say every day, you can do this 100 times a day. It takes like 2 seconds, and it's very powerful. So you have these little cords, these feelers that go out everywhere to every person, place, thing, experience, emotion, animal, plant that you are connected with, that you interact with in the world. So you have lots of these little cords going out. If they are healthy, if it's a good relationship going back and forth between whatever it is, you and whatever's on the other end, it's fine. But sometimes we don't get closure on things, so we have open loops and energy leaks where there's a cord that's kind of broken or hanging out here that's siphoning your energy off. If you have a cord that's going to something unhealthy, like an unhealthy relationship or a bad experience that you don't allow yourself to process, then you've got an unhealthy cord that is siphoning your energy off and you're losing your power. Okay? And you're going to get physically tired and exhausted and worn down, and you know, you can get emotional that way, all sorts of things. So we'll do it simple. Cut your cords. Cut, cut, cut. And then take the cords, throw them in a 50-foot hole next to you. Say hole, brush it off, close up the hole. We send the cords to the hole, and we say hole so that we're directing the energy where we want it to go. And who is giving me a mad face? That's a good one. It's a good one. Jen did this last night. Marianne says, I love smoothing my aura after cutting cords. Surprised how much I liked it. Yep, doing the body scan. Yep, good. Hey, Kristen. So, cutting your cords does not hurt anyone. It's just a way to reset yourself. Give yourself a little reset and say, okay, I can do this. I'm back. Okay, so you cut your cords, you direct where you want the energy to go, make sure you get it off of you, close up the hole. Do it 100 times a day. Let's keep it simple today. Hands on your heart. This is a super easy one to do, and it resets you so quickly and gets you to a neutral place where you can just be an observer of what's going on instead of being in the mess of whatever it is, whether it's the situation we're in the world right now, or if it's your own daily life that, something's happening. So hands on your heart, close your eyes, and just take a deep breath. Just let it out. As you let it out, every time I do this, I'm sitting up nice and tall and I'm really stretching. And when I let that breath out, I let myself relax. Okay, I don't need to hold myself that tightly. It feels better to relax and sink into your space. Let yourself settle. Feel like your energy is settling, like a snow globe. When you put a snow globe down, the snow can settle. Okay? So taking a deep breath, and if you've done that, you can just breathe normally, but letting your energy settle and sink and come back to you. Even just hands on your heart, close your eyes and breathe, is grounding, because it's calling your attention inward. And then to take it to the next level, you can start saying what you're grateful for. Marian, I'm just kidding, because people are hitting those emojis so fast. They hit all sorts of things. But it's funny to see a mad face pop up. Linda says, cutting the cords is one of my favorites. Linda's my mom. And I told the story yesterday, Mom, of Carrie saying, you're kind of fruity when I was telling you to cut your cords, which just makes me laugh because I'm fruity and I own it. It's good. So breathing, saying what you're grateful for. I'm grateful for all of you joining me for these 12 days, 14 days. I can't count. Grateful for my mom coming on my videos. Grateful to have these practices to share with you, for having the internet that I can do videos and share them all over the world. What are you grateful for? And as you're breathing and saying your gratitudes, notice how your energy is shifting. So this is one of the practices that we do. One of the lessons we do in my Oracle course, which starts today, is getting to neutral, because it makes a difference in your card readings. If your energy is being sent in any direction, your card readings are going to reflect that no matter what question you ask. And so you have to get to neutral before you do your readings in order for your cards to respond to what it is you want to know instead of reacting to your energy. This is one of the practices. And it's good. Okay? So let's do one more. You can let your hands relax. And this is one I want to leave you with as well, because it is another one that's so powerful to call yourself back to wholeness. So again, closing your eyes, letting yourself settle in your space, and then invite your parts to come back home. So anything that we encounter as we are busy in our days, we leave parts of ourselves scattered around. And it is a good practice, it's good energy hygiene to call your parts back home. And imagine what that looks like, and imagine what that feels like. Let yourself experience that with your inner senses. So maybe it looks like snowflakes that are coming back and landing on you. Maybe it's little points of light that are landing on you and lighting up your being. So what I see is that there's an outline of a person that's very faint and vague with some spots missing, but as those points of light come back and land on that person, the outline of that person becomes brighter and brighter and fuller and fuller. It could be puzzle pieces coming together, bringing you back into a whole picture. Whatever it is. And what does it feel like to your energy to let yourself come back together, come back to wholeness? Just enjoy it. Enjoy being disconnected from the external world for a moment. Give yourself a break. Okay? So that's it. That's coming back home to yourself. Marion says, I imagine it as a reverse image of a mirror shattering. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good visual. Yeah. So the more you can use your inner senses to experience this, so tuning in, what does it look like in your mind? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? If you're doing something like making the energy ball in your hands, so let's do this. Rub your hands together. This one's a little longer than normal today. Last one. Rub your hands together vigorously. You want to make some heat, generate some energy, and then let your hands relax. And imagine that you're creating a ball of energy, a ball of light between your hands. And that light, that energy is sticking to your hands like taffy. So let yourself feel, what does it feel like if taffy were stuck to your hands? And what does it feel like if you stretch that and make it bigger? And what does it feel like if you flatten it and push it together? I feel more pressure in there. And what does your ball of light look like? So imagine what it looks like. Mine looks like blue flames today. So just to allow yourself to see it in your mind's eye as you're stretching it and growing it, let yourself see it. Does it have a texture? Does it have a temperature? What does it do as you stretch it and move it? does it do if you make it a different shape? You make it long and cylindrical. Then you flatten it back down. Does it respond? What does it feel like? And then put your hands under it and notice how much it weighs. Just imagine, like, what would it weigh? Your imagination is one of your most powerful tools for accessing your intuition and your psychic senses. So holding it in your hands, and then take a beam of love from your heart, shoot it right into that ball, and let yourself see what that looks like. What does that beam of love look like? What does it feel like? And notice if your ball is getting heavier. So mine looks like if you shoot a hose at full strength into a pool. That's what it sounds like and looks like to me, only it's like fire instead of water. So let yourself notice that that's getting heavier. And it's filled with love from your own heart, which is in a never-ending supply. And then put that right back into your heart and let it circulate. And again, imagine it's circulating through your body. Your heart is pumping the blood and circulating the blood through you, which is carrying the nutrients to all the parts of your body. And this love goes right into your bloodstream and circulates to every cell in your body. And with that, I'm going to leave you. So I hope you will come and visit my page, come and join me, take a class, work with me if you want to work on things like this personally in your life so that you can get to where you want to go. And I will be sharing more things like this as we go forward. Thanks for being with me for these past 14 days, how many ever days you've been here, and thanks for putting up with the videos getting cut off in the middle and sound being bad, and I appreciate you and love you all very much. And I will see you soon. Love to all. Bye.